Learning colors with Little Bear. The sun peeked gently through the trees, lighting up Little Bear's cozy den. He stretched, yawned, and opened his eyes wide. "Ah, what a bright morning," he said with a smile. Today he felt excited. "I want to go on an adventure and find colors." He packed a small bag, took a deep breath of the fresh air, and stepped out into the big, wide forest with cheerful energy. His first stop was an old apple tree full of ripe red apples. Some had fallen gently to the soft grass. Little Bear picked one up and held it close. "Wow, this apple is bright red, just like my cheeks when I feel shy." He stared at the apple and smiled. "Red feels strong, like excitement and joy." He took a small bite. Sweet." Little Bear walked further and found a field of tall, golden sunflowers. Their petals were wide and shining bright like sunshine. "Look at these flowers, so yellow, just like the sun that wakes me up every morning." He twirled and danced between them, laughing. "Yellow makes me feel happy and full of energy." Soon he reached a calm river flowing gently by the trees. The water was clear and reflected the wide blue sky above. He dipped his paws in and sat by the edge. "Blue is peaceful, like listening to Mama Bear's lullaby at night," he whispered. He lay on a flat rock and watched the clouds float by. "I love blue. It feels like a hug from the breeze." Next, Little Bear found himself in a green meadow. He sat down and ran his paws through the soft grass. "This green grass is cool and fresh, and the leaves above are green too." He looked at a small bird hopping between the branches. "Green is like life, like home. I sleep under green leaves every night," he said warmly. While walking along a narrow trail, a butterfly fluttered nearby. Its orange wings shimmered in the sunlight. "Orange, so pretty, like the sky at sunset," said Little Bear, mesmerized. He followed it with wide eyes. "Orange feels warm, like the end of a fun day." He flapped his arms gently, pretending to be a butterfly too. Behind a thick bush, he discovered a tiny flower with soft purple petals. "Purple, like Mama's warmest blanket," he said with a quiet smile. He sat beside it and admired it for a while. "Purple is gentle and full of love. I want to bring this flower to Mama." But he knew the flower was happier here, so he softly whispered, "Goodbye, little purple flower." As he went deeper into the forest, he found a giant tree with a wide trunk and rich brown bark. He sat beside it and felt the earth beneath him. "Brown is everywhere. It's the color of my fur and the soil I walk on." He touched the bark and smelled the damp earth. "Brown feels strong and cozy, like a safe home." Little Bear looked up as the sky began to fill with fluffy white clouds. They looked like soft pillows floating in the sky. He lay on the grass and stretched his arms. White is gentle, clean, and quiet. He imagined jumping from cloud to cloud. "That one looks like a bunny. That one's a boat," he giggled. As the sun began to set, he discovered a small cave behind the bushes. At the entrance, a large black rock stood silently. "This rock is hard and dark, but it's still beautiful." He tapped it and heard his voice echo inside. Black is mysterious, sometimes a little scary, but also full of secrets. He took a deep breath and stepped closer. I'm not afraid. At the top of a small hill, Little Bear looked all around him. He saw red apples, yellow flowers, blue rivers, green meadows, orange butterflies, purple blooms, brown trunks, white clouds, and black stones. So many colors, all different, all beautiful, he whispered. He closed his eyes and smiled. The world is full of colors, and I love them all. The sky turned orange and pink as the day ended. Little Bear walked home slowly, his heart full of wonder. I learned so much today, not just colors, but how each one made me feel. He reached his den, snuggled into his soft bed, and pulled the blanket up to his chin. Tomorrow, maybe I'll learn about shapes or sounds. He let out one last yawn and drifted off to sleep with a big smile.